speak on the DJ
But
community
let those that have that
as
experience
somebody
and that way
who's
of doing things and making it
just
stick.
learning to DJ.
Exactly.
So that way those young people can move into what we would like them to do, which is
Let's
to
just be
learn
real.
your craft, learn your
You doing
shit,
Yeah.
learn
doing a lot of
longevity.
talking as a
Everything is not a right now thing.
I don't
Absolutely.
know.
That's
You
why you
understand what I'm
have a
saying?
bunch of. That's why it's the reason why we call it our chiefs versus having Indians. You gotta go through the walk, become a chief before you can be an Indian. Feel me?
Hmm.
But the
So
problem is everybody wants
But
to be
some
a
people
everybody
don't
wants to be
listen,
that chief,
Titan.
but they don't want to play
Titan.
that role. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But listen, I
Nah, bro.
promise you, I hear what you're saying. I've been corporate since I was 16. I got a whole lot of people that want to be the fucking chief
See, this is the
and make the
issue
same
with
money I
older
make, do the same
DJs.
shit I do every day.
They
Right.
just be
Go sit your
talking
ass
like,
down somewhere, do your
Hmm.
fucking job,
And,
and earn
and you
your
can get that.
increase like the rest of us motherfuckers.
Absolutely, I agree with you, sis. No, I'm agreeing with you
You know what
all
I'm
day.
Hold
saying?
up, y'all. Hold
The,
up.
the,
Hold up, y'all. We gotta let Chris chime in. Then we gotta let GQ chime in. 'Cause we want
all
Chris.
right, I'm about to drop
We'll come
down.
back. Come
Thank
back
y'all.
around and everybody chime.
Sunshine about to explode up in this
Yeah,
piece.
she been holding that in for a minute.
Okay. All right, Sunshine.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah,
Good morning.
yeah.
Good morning.
I can hear what she get past. We show some
Yeah, no
voice.
kidding, right?
Go ahead.
that box
I'm
is
trying to
starting to
take
heat
the
up.
loose out.
No, man, I'm here in
Yeah.
Vegas, so we run it a little bit differently
Yeah,
here.
you
So
would.
we have little squads here, and but you have too many chiefs and not enough Indians. That's the problem. Too much
Right.
ego. Too much ego.
Yeah. Every time.
Um,
Every time.
and it's unfortunate, but it is the way it is here in our town. It's if you're not in your circle, in that circle, then you ain't shit. And with the industry changing so dramatically every second of every day, you have to be on top of your shit. If you're not, you get left behind. Like Sunshine said, step the fuck, get out of the way, and let people like myself and others who have a major experience do what we do best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that.
what does that
Go ahead, GQ.
mean though? What does that actually mean?
Okay, okay.
I don't get it.
My name is GQ. I
You
got my
just
own
got in
coalition,
here.
Prime DJs. It's growing real good. Where I got mine set up, I'm the CEO. I got Showtime as president, and Empress is my assistant, my vice president. And my crew been doing good for. I had it for about a year now, and we're growing real good and strong. We also teach the younger DJs coming in, which what Trump was saying, and the young lady there. We also pay dues. Our dues go towards stuff we need, like we have to take a trip or something, and we all combine with money with that. Different shows we
Who
be
is
doing. We
this,
just did a
bro?
Southern Soul Line Dance in
Who is
Kinston
this talking?
about a month ago. Nice turnout. But like you said, I put that in order so I wouldn't have so many chiefs. So if you do a coalition, in which where I was taught, you have your CEO, you got your vice president, you got your president, you got your secretary, you got the treasurer. That's how it should run. But everything what everybody was saying is correct. Um, Sometimes you do get a lot of cheese in there, but you just gotta learn how to sort them out. That's all I gotta say on that one.
All right, Crestwood, it's on you. Then we're gonna hit
I don't
vibe, and
think
we're going back
it's
to the top. If Black Ice got something he want to add back in, we
I don't
starting all
think it's
over.
that.
Joey, Titan, we're
And I'm
gonna
not
do it like that.
like
Go
judging.
ahead, Crestwood.
Good, everybody. What's good?
Respect.
What's goody? What's goody?
You go.
Um, I get, I definitely get what Sunshine was talking about. I definitely get it.
Yeah,
It really is a difference between unity and a coalition. There's a
yeah,
difference.
definitely.
You know what I mean? It is. I don't take for nobody that's in the coalition or nothing like that. I just don't think my talent can fit in type of groups like that. I'm more of a family oriented type dude, like a union type of guy. So me personally, we're in a group. We don't have no type of fees or nothing. We just come together when it's time. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? And it's like it is like the younger DJs is like that. You know what I mean? We got a couple younger DJs in that clique too, but it's not no dues or nothing being paid or nothing. And that's just how I look at it. I mean, I'm not that type of person
yeah, like
to get in
no,
coalitions or something like that because I don't think
that's crazy.
the dudes is doing anything for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against nobody that is in one, but I just don't think it's. You know what I mean? I like a union. I like the union. You know what I mean? I like the family type thing. I mean, we fam. That's my brother. That's my brother. That's my DJ brother. You know what I mean? But the
True
thing
story.
is, like she said, if you don't know what the hell you're doing or don't have the leadership to lead the next person that's coming up, get the fuck out of the way. Like she said, get out of the way and let somebody else do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just my thing. That's how I speak on it. I ain't got nothing else to say. You know what I mean?
On you, Black Ice. If you're available, if not, we're going to Titan or Joy, whichever one has something to say. All right, Black Ice might be busy because I know he worked this time of day too. So whoever's next, Titan or Joy.
Pretty much, I think nowadays, just to speak on what Trump was talking about these younger DJs, my thing with me is if they
Wait.
don't
So
want to
it's
comply
younger
on
DJs?
us trying to show them something, even if they don't ask, and we feel as big brothers and big sisters or uncle them to tell you, yo, you kind of doing that wrong. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
they don't want to listen, man, just leave it be. Like you said, But as my other man was talking about, though, they're just one demographic. You know what I'm saying? Their
How
age
did this
range
come up?
is their age range. They're trying to emulate what we're doing, what we were doing, or what we are doing still. But they got their own way of doing things. Sometimes it's better to let them
You say
fall
your
down,
name, feedback.
let them fall down and learn on their own, because you can see the difference in a bigger, like we got big festivals that we do every year here in Chicago. They see the difference. They want to get to where we are. They want that so bad, but they got to crawl and learn and walk. If they don't want us to, show them on the training wheels how to do it, they got it. They got it. We all been that way before.
This is
Everybody wants to
absurd,
be.
bro.
They see that we got our heroes and stuff that we followed and everything, and we want to do something that they didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Sure, well, we can do this too. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story, then I'm gonna let somebody else go ahead. When I first started DJing, in '83, nobody wanted to show me none of this shit. All the guys, they had equipment, and I didn't know the names of the proper stuff. But all I knew that I loved music and I loved what I was hearing, and I wanted to do what they was doing. And when I finally got that opportunity, ain't none of those guys want to show me shit. They didn't want to tell me what the pitch was. They didn't want to tell me what record was. I come from the age of niggas blacking out their records and putting stickers on the
Right.
label so you
Right.
can't see what's what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Remember that.
they didn't want, you know the song, you know what they said and everything. Imagine going to the record store trying to sing shit. Oh,
Yeah.
you got this song and go like that. They looking at you like you crazy and shit.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? But today's day we got Shazam, SoundHound, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, these guys, I had one guy. I told my mother, I said, Mom, when I graduate, can I get some DJ equipment? She's like, how much is it? I don't know. I just know I want it. So when I graduated from grammar school, my mama gave me an envelope that had $200 in it. So I don't know what the equipment costs, but this is what you got.
Right.
And I went to some of the local guys, and they didn't want to tell me shit where to go, this, that, and the other. There's one guy named Steve Zinnerman. I'm always thank him because he was working like one of the neighborhood heroes. I said, man, I'm trying to find some DJ equipment. He said, oh, really? So how much money you got? So I got $200. So okay, come with me. I went to his house.
Uh-huh.
This nigga went in his closet. He went past his dresser because the dresser he had them 1200s.
Right.
We call those the Chevys. He went in the closet. This nigga pulls out some. I don't know if y'all remember Radio Shack.
Hell yeah.
Radio Shack had their own versions of turntables. So Technique had a version that people started off with called the SL100s.
Yeah. That was
He
right.
gave me the realistic, the regular Shack version of those. One of the tone arms was broke. He said, "Don't worry about that." You know, we kind of did me in, so you get that fixed. He gave me that, and he gave me a Teledyne mixer.
Oh yeah.
I already had a boom box. I had a fucking Helix three cassette radio that my brother gave me, and I practiced on one turntable, learning how to scratch. Actually, I learned how to scratch off of my mama's component set. Going back, my boy Tony Cleveland showing me the logistics of how to scratch, but we didn't have the right shit. But once I learned, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because I know everybody got things to do. Fast forward a little bit. I learned how to mix. I had traded equipment and everything. I got me some turntables with pitch on it, with the rolly pitch. And I learned how to kind of figure out the technique of what the pitch is for. Now I learned this for slowing down, speeding up.
I think
Learned, and I got good. I got really good at stuff. And I challenged this guy named Jerome Orr. He was doing a block club party. I'm fucking with him at his event. That's a no-no for any DJ. Y'all know that.
right.
Don't go nobody's job. Fuck with him. I'm like, man, I could take you out. This, that, and other. I want to battle you and all. He looked at me and said, well, I'm working right now, but tomorrow's Sunday. Come over here. We can battle. I said, okay, cool. When I came to that man crib, 9 o'clock in the morning, he was like, damn, okay. I came over there. He had some Gemini BD 10s. So, okay, you go ahead. I'm looking at it, and now if you know cheap turntables, the pitch is gonna get away from you.
Yeah.
And they don't. The platters was plastic. It was belt driven.
Yeah.
He got on the motherfuckers and told me a new ass. He said, "Okay, now check this out." It's okay. He unplugged them, wrapped them up, and he gave them to me.
Damn.
He gave them to me. He said, "Take this home, practice on me, and we're gonna battle again." I gave myself like 2 months, and I was trying to figure out why I was. So I had to. It taught me to adjust my hands to that pitch, to learn how to calibrate that pitch with my fingers and write that music. And then on the platter, I'm heavy-handed, so I knew that I had to put my hand a certain way to grip it, so I could know how to cut and do all that stuff, and it won't jump. I learned all this. 2 months later, I go back to his crib. Okay, I'm bringing these heavy motherfuckers back over there. Let's go. So he plugged them back up. He said, okay, you go again. You go ahead again. And he saw me. He see my progression. I learned how to blend on there. I was real good at it. So okay, it's all right. My turn. He unplugged them motherfuckers again and wrapped them up. Said, take these home. Those are yours. I'm like, what? So yeah, take them home. Those are yours. He walked over to the other side. He took the towel off the 1200s. He had the 1200s. He had a GLI mixer. I'll never forget none of this. Boy, he said, okay, let's battle now. And I'm thinking, okay, I know how to do this shit now. The 12's got a more powerful torque on them, on that motor.
Hell
It's
yeah.
not belt driven, it's a motor. And the pitch on that motherfucker is so tedious, but precise.
Yeah.
He said, this is the difference between an amateur and a professional. Let me show you how I rock. And he got on the motherfucking 12s and told my ass a line.
Again.
He said, you come over here. He said, you come over here anytime after 3 o'clock and practice with me.
He didn't give you those. He didn't get those up to you, did he?
No, he didn't give them to me, but I practiced with him. But I learned a valuable lesson. I'm arrogant young nigga. Me and him in the same age. He was like 2 grades above me as far as my, I'm getting ready to be a freshman. He was already a junior.
Yeah.
And he just said, like, man, you want to go record shopping with me? You go record shopping, and we would go, and he'll show me how to find the records, this, that, and the other. And then he said, man, if you ever see somebody get this stuff like this, they said they can't black out the album cover, they can only black out the record. So look for the album covers, this, that, and the other.
Nice.
He gave me my game, you know what I'm saying? So I learned to be humble and learn not to take people for granted for what they can do, what they can't do. I just learned to, if I knew something, to educate them on it a little bit. And still, at this age, we're still learning as DJs, believe it or not.
Exactly.
Because technology is always changing and giving us new stuff. All the new technology that's out now wasn't for the young DJs. It was for the older guys who complained about breaking needles. Like, wow, my shit fucked up. Oh, you going to instant double? Really? Yeah. Or I want to do this, or then I want to put a beat grid on it. To keep up with where I need to. Oh, we got needle drop. We got cue points. You can start where you want to start. That was for us, but the kids got a hold of all that shit. They got a hold of it
And you
now,
know what?
Yeah.
and they fly.
And you know what on that?
Go ahead, bro.
And they get all that. What up,
What
Titan?
up,
What up,
X? What
everybody?
up, Xavier?
And they get all of that stuff and still can't mix worth of
Worth a
shit.
damn. But you know what?
But
They be
I
jamming
wanted
though.
to I want
Go ahead, X. Sorry about that.
Right, X.
no problem. I just wanted to go on the union thing. It's just that we forget that now if we try to do the union thing, we
Man,
can't because now we got to find out. We got to do schools. They put them through school and train them. They ain't gonna go through that, you know. And just who's gonna be part of the training system? It's a
Well,
lot of stuff that's gonna be. I thought about this a long time ago
you got to
because
think too, X. They still,
this ain't just happened. It's been happening, you know.
yeah. You still
So
got the
it's just a
Scratch
lot of.
Academy. You
The
still
thing,
got that school right there that people still going to this day. Before even without the union, they got the Scratch Academy. They got the Wii Jams. Yeah, all these play. I even taught at Truman College with Gershon. We had
But see, you got
school.
to remember
Go ahead.
that Scratch Academy. We talking about the basics of DJing, transitioning, programming, all the stuff that really matters. You know,
And all that
that's why
happens.
I make fun a lot of times of the hip hop no scratch show I got. You know, let the music play. Sometimes you gotta let the
Scratch
music
Academy
play.
teaches all that
Respect the
stuff.
music.
well,
Respect the music, but
and I was gonna say real quick, when you're talking about unions, if somebody's in a union, they should be able to expect a certain amount of protection from certain things. What can a DJ union protect those DJs from that's in that union? Because they still, when they leave out of that union meeting, they still got to come back out in the world and deal with what's going on right now. What up, Snoop?
Yeah.
Anything I missed?
But when I brought that up with union, when we was talking about unions the first time around, I brought up the fact that
Appreciate the
the
subscription,
only
not
thing you have
out.
to worry about is unionized things. Anything that you're part of that has something to do with the union is what it is. I'm not saying your personal life, if that's what you want to do. If you want to take that quick $125 and you need it, hey, by all means. But I'm saying if a union gets you a gig, it's up to you still to want to accept the job or not accept the job. It's not making you say, oh, you got to take this job.
Right,
You
right.
don't
I
have to.
understand that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is,
what I'm saying.
even with a union, they still gonna have to deal with the same shit in the streets. A union is not gonna stop that. Go ahead, GQ. Sound like you want to chime in on that.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I got my own Coalition Prime DJs. When I got stuff scheduled and I'm overbooked, I drop it down to my DJs in my group, whoever can do it. That's a big part of helping your brother. You know what I mean? Just like I'm here in Jacksonville, but I got places in Delaware and Maryland, and I got DJs in Maryland and Delaware that I put them in clubs up there. So that's the way I do mine. Now everybody's different,
Yeah,
but if I can't get to it, I let my crew take whoever want it. They can have it. I don't want no money off of it. That's your money.
up Hitch. Yeah,
You
appreciate
know, if you if
that
you if
house.
you do it, if you do it again, you do it again, and I give it to you. That's your money. I don't want no money off of it. I gave it to you,
Yeah,
and that's helping your fellow DJ. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's all I had to quote on that.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm
Anybody
with it,
down
man.
in the comments
It's a lot of
want to chime
BS
in on that? Feel free to
that's
request
spewed
the
around
box. If
in
you
the
out in the hallway
TikTok.
hearing this conversation, you're welcome to
Hey,
come in and join the conversation.
I love the conversation that we having, guys. And again, I'm glad that I chimed in today. I'm learning a lot. I know a lot, but I'm still learning. Like I said, the DJ game is still a learning process for everybody that's in it, old or new. Things is gonna happen that's better than what we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we're in the skin of leave well enough alone situation. Like I don't want to upgrade my Serato because I like it the way it is. It's
Exactly.
working for me. I get it. I really do. And I appreciate everybody that's chiming in right now, saying what they're saying. This is a great conversation. I will be coming
Yes, it
back in
is.
for more. In the next 5 minutes, I have to bounce out because my grandfather's help us come in, and I got to make sure she's straight before I go downstairs to go to work. I have to wait on her, but continue, guys. Keep me going and keep great conversations going in all the time. And please, share anything with me. Follow me. I follow you back, and I can chime in when I chime in on each one of you guys when I can. Just show love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I appreciate
I really
all y'all.
appreciate you coming through.
Yeah.
This is truly a great invitation. Conversation.
Yes.
I
Yes,
want,
sir.
I want
Yes,
to,
yes.
I want to, I want to speak about coalitions because I'm part of one, and I think that it's my due diligence to speak on one.
Yeah.
First of all, when you enter the DJ coalition, a lot of people come in there expecting what the coalition can do for you.
Exactly.
You have to show something to the coalition that you are a part, that you're worth being a part of. It's not what they can do for you. It's a given situation. It's basically what you can bring to the coalition.
Yeah.
I was listening to what Crestwood was saying, and he was saying how the fit wasn't correct for him because of this and this and that. Nothing in life is free game. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem that we get into when we talk about DJ Coalition. We're looking for what they can do for you. It's never what you can bring to the coalition. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. It's the same way I see that with the younger guys that join Freemasonry. They feel like
Right,
if they get in there and they
right,
get a traffic ticket and go to court, they
right.
can pass the judge a sign. He gonna
And the
dismiss.
same thing goes with
Hold on.
fraternity. Oh, my
Let me
fault,
make
my
it.
fault, my fault, my fault. Go ahead.
I
My
just want
fault.
to make this point. So they think because they become Masons, they can go in the courtroom and flash a signal at the judge and he's gonna dismiss the ticket. One, who says the judge is a Mason? Two,
Right.
if you really understood Masonry, you would understand the object is not to get a ticket in the first place.
So
Three, they overlooked that when they first joined, they was told that they came to give and not receive. So it's the same thing. I understand exactly what you're saying, Kenny. Not what the coalition can do for you, but what do you bring to that coalition?
Right. And on top of that, we're talking about other different things that
Source DJ
outside
just
of
joined.
the core of what people don't see. See, first of all, you have to study the coalition that you get into. You have to find out what they're working with. So if you jump into a coalition and you don't know what the fuck they're about, that is your fault. You know what I'm saying? You got to find out what is this coalition doing. You see what I'm saying? Now I know far as what we're doing, all the things far as learning, and everybody in the core has their special technique. Y'all know me. I'm a geek when it comes down to computers and building shit. That might be my specialty part with that coalition. Person gets into a situation and turntable doesn't work. Y'all know I'll dissect the 1200 down to the bone and rebuild it back. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting into controllers. Now I've gotten past controllers into the digital side of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my specialty that I can offer to the core might be. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I think people have to really look into what they get into. You ain't gonna jump into no type of organization without doing the fact checks about what that organization can do for you. If you do, you stupid. You know?
Yeah.
I gotta touch on that because you nailed the hammer on the head with that one. When I went into the coalition just to hear what they were talking about when they wanted me to join, I listened to some of these younger cats, and if you know some of the cats from the Bay Area, you know how some of these DJs get down. You know the mentality and the attitude. And I listened to them, and it's like you said, the whole aspect of their mindset was, well, what are y'all gonna do for me? How much am I gonna get paid? When am I going out to do these events? And the big thing was, when are you gonna provide the equipment? When are you doing this and that? And I was sitting there like, I'm like, you niggas ain't got your own equipment?
Right.
And I was listening to one of the cats, like me and one of the cats, we worked together. He's a cool cat. And he was telling me, he was like, Black Ice, he's like, man, I really need your help on this, because I'm like, bro, I'm just, you told me to come join. I'm like,
Why is it
this ain't my
always
thing.
the DJ
I'm listening to what
versus
you all are offering them, but at the same time, I'm listening to some what these new cats are saying. I'm listening to what they're asking. And to be honest with you, to me, it's like a lot of these DJs are lazy. They're up and coming. And I'm not gonna knock them. They're young, and like Trump says, we need to teach one, reach one, teach one. But at the same time, if you coming into the game, you don't have the equipment, you're not well trained, you're not well versed, you only have one lane that you're working in, you're not adequate for this field. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You know what I'm saying? It's not the right game for you. And a lot of these cats who wanted to come into the coalition were like, well, I need to make money right now. What are y'all gonna do for me? How are y'all gonna hook me up? When do I start getting these gigs? When am I gonna get the big gigs?
Right.
When am I gonna meet these DJs? When am I gonna meet these celebrities? We did a meeting, and
Most coalitions want
Bow
to see.
Wow was on it.
Let me say this much: most coalitions want to see what you've done before they even, for you, even when you submit your resume, they want to see, and they're going to fact check on you to make sure that everything you're saying is factual. So
Absolutely.
So for a
They
person,
came out and saw me. They came out to an event and saw me, and they were like,
Right.
okay, you legit. You're doing stuff. We've seen your Instagrams. We've seen your TikToks. You got the proof. And I watched and listened to some of these other DJs, and they're one-trick ponies. That's what got me. You only got one trick. You only know ratchet. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
it. That's your wheelhouse. You don't know nothing else. That's problematic.
So how, as a DJ, as a coalition, how can we even place you anywhere?
Exactly.
If all you know is hip hop and all you know is slow jam and all you know is Southern soul, dude, we can't put you, like, we doing big stage shit. Like, we're past the mediocre shit. We're on a bigger level. So how can we even place you anywhere? You see what I'm saying?
So case in point, we had a big event. Well, they had a big event. This was at a park in Brentwood about 4 or 5 months ago. And there was a DJ, and he's especially known for ratchet. That's his thing. He only does after hours ratchet spots. They were pressed for a DJ. They put him out there. And mind you, this is a family oriented event. 3,000 plus people in and out. This cat couldn't play nothing but ratchet. Nothing but ratchet and trap. No pop, no upbeat. He stayed between 70 to 85 BPM for the duration of most of the day. And them people was like, don't ever send him back out again. Like, y'all lucky we still want you guys to come out.
We talked about artistry.
Wouldn't that be the correlation
Okay.
though issue though? They didn't know not to send that person
So
out.
that's the thing. That's my point. The coalition needs to vet people. They need to vet the DJs. They need to say, what is your what can you do? Like Kenny said, it's not what you can do for us, but what can we do for each other? That's what it needs to be. How can we help each other grow versus what can you do for me at the end? At the end of the day, what is it that you're expecting of us? You're expecting us to put money in your pocket, put you out in the field, provide the
I don't
equipment?
think
No.
that's what.
They ain't gonna do
There
none
are
of that.
certain
They're not.
aspects
They're
that
not
we
gonna
met.
do none of that if you're not doing it yourself. You see what I'm saying?
That part.
So
And
the
I
hardest part. Go ahead, go ahead.
And I want to touch on artist relationship that Trump. That's where I feel like the court is beneficial far as making the changes in relationship with the artist. You're right. You're correct. We don't have any more relationships with the artists anymore. That's where I feel like the court comes in benefit far as making that connection with the artist. You know, also type of functions that we hold far as
That's
DJ
wild.
learning and how to talk to certain type of industry labels and stuff like that.
Yeah, yep.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
I agree on that.
And if you have a real person standing in your court.